Hello, amazing people! Today, we come back with yet another interesting video for our viewers. Today, we'll talk about a person who's the talk of the town, the business mogul and former President Donald Trump. Any guesses on what topic we're going to dive into? Well, if you've read the caption, you will know the right answer. With today's video, we take a look into politics and controversies revolving around one of the most famous politicians in America, Donald Trump. Strap in, guys, because we are about to learn about Trump's political career, the controversies surrounding him, the reasons for him being criticized, and everything in between. Let's finally get into it. Before gaining momentum, let's give a little background detail about the start of his career. Trump's journey from being just an American businessman to becoming the president of the USA has been nothing less than a roller coaster ride. You guys might remember his catchphrase, "You're fired."
You're fired.
From The Apprentice, where his bombastic statements and vibrant style helped him earn popularity. Well, that style also became a part of his political campaigns, where he used the headlines "Make America Great Again" to gain public sentiment in his favor. With his larger-than-life personality and bold statements, Trump shook up the dynamics of the political system. It's not every day that you find such unique characteristics in a politician, but with Donald Trump, the political landscape experienced a major shift. Undeniably, the man has a knack for remaining in the headlines, but not everyone resonates with his mindset. That is why several Americans hate the man. Whether it's his decisions or personality, people show resentment towards both. Wondering why? Don't worry, that's what we uncover in this video. Without further delaying the matter, let's dig into the political controversies that make Trump a target of hate and criticism. Talking about the elephant in the room, Trump's policies and actions were seen as polarizing decisions from the start. Remember the travel bans and talks about controversial border walls? Yes. These were all introduced in Trump's presidency. His immigration policies aimed at reducing the influx of international students and workers. He may have said that he wants to reduce illegal immigration, but stricter enforcement measures were not welcomed at all. With these decisions, Trump sparked a worldwide debate that divided the masses. Now, I don't know what your viewpoint might be regarding these decisions, but most people felt uneasy about these reforms. They didn't see them as an opportunity for growth, but considered the agenda to be harmful to worldwide harmony. His presidency tenure coincided with the comeback of social justice movements. From the #MeToo movement to Black Lives Matter, Americans marched on the streets and demanded the people in power bring about a change. Speaking out on injustice became a necessity, but Trump's response didn't meet people's expectations. His vague decisions regarding these social issues made him unpopular. Trump accumulated a lot of hate, but there was one positive outcome: the society of America was concerned about achieving equality and speaking against injustice. Twitter is a platform for voicing your opinions and thoughts, but also famous for stirring up storms. Well, guess who stirred up massive storms on the platform? Yes, Donald Trump left no stone unturned when it came to posting on Twitter, currently called X. His late-night rants became the talk of the town. Some of you might have used it for memes, but several individuals felt outraged with his statements. People couldn't seem to understand how a political figure could randomly post such content. Well, love him or hate him, but Trump's unfiltered approach did have an impact on people. But it did have a good impact. No, on the contrary, the audience saw him in a negative light and turned against his political agenda. We also can't forget that Donald Trump's personal behavior and character were strong reasons for the public outrage against him. It's hard to believe that anyone's a saint, but with Trump, the problem was that his demeanor and scandals were just everywhere. He might not be the devil, but he didn't have an exemplary character as well. His behavior during his campaign and post-campaigning raised concerns amongst many Americans. Remember, he didn't exactly have the best relations with people around him. From divorces to controversies, many things surrounded the former president. It made people skeptical as to whether they want someone as contentious as Donald Trump to assume the highest office in the country. Of course, we can't leave the media coverage out of this matter. With Trump, the problem wasn't just him being too vocal. There was a media frenzy surrounding him throughout his presidency period. He was a master manipulator, at least that's what people assumed about him. Changing the news cycle and shaping public perception was a piece of cake for the guy. It led to people heavily criticizing him. And whatever good opinions people had left for him were erased due to his combative relationship with media houses. Most of his days as president were spent bashing journalists and labeling everything against him as fake news. These acts created more hatred for him in the heart of the public. Having a constant duel with media channels can never be favorable for any, especially someone who is holding the most important position in a country. But Trump failed to resolve this problem, which led to his downfall. It's sad to say that Trump's political career wasn't jeopardized only because of his harsh nature and failed relationship with media houses. But there was another core reason: the economic policies which weren't accepted by many Americans. Yes, like every other individual running for president, Donald Trump offered to reduce taxes, create job opportunities, and make America better. However, people didn't see it as an effort to improve the economy. For most citizens, Trump's economic policies were only in favor of the wealthy. It was making rich people wealthier and putting the lower class in a vulnerable position. Although his policies were supposed to bring equality in society, in reality they were further adding to the income inequality. Surely the man didn't have many fans, but to worsen the situation, Trump made serious changes to the existing foreign policy. The switch from being friends with Democratic parties to cozying up dictators wasn't a great choice. Let's face it, Americans strongly believe in democracy, and seeing their leader cater to dictators wasn't something that the public could just let slide through. People who were yet not confident in Trump became even more scared. It was evident that Trump was detracting from the traditional approach towards diplomacy, and it could shake up the entire country. To make matters worse, he was accused not once but twice. The first accusation was of collusion with Russia, and the second one was related to the first case. In short, an American president faced 2 impeachment trials, and it became a historic moment in history. With Americans being used to a certain lifestyle, these abrupt changes came as a shock. They had never witnessed any president deviating from the predefined path of democracy. So, how could Donald Trump do something that had never been done before? You could imagine yourself in the public's shoes to judge better. Wouldn't you be scared if everything around you changed so quickly? Well, for Americans, it was decades of stability at stake. Whether you love the man or loathe him, one thing cannot be argued: his years as president faced some of the most challenging situations. From natural disasters to health emergencies, he faced multiple obstacles. He could have emerged victorious, but again, his response to the crisis was met with controversies. From the failed attempts at handling COVID-19 to racial unrest, Trump's weak leadership left the citizens frustrated. Leadership is one of those qualities that save your image, but when the president of the USA fails to exhibit his leadership skills, the public loses interest in him. With Trump and his already unstable policies, this came as another blow. It's not every day that we see TV celebrities emerging as political figures in the USA. But Trump defied all odds. His unlikely ascent to the presidency led to a heated debate about celebrity involvement in the political dynamics of a country. Seeing it from the citizens' perspective, they aren't wrong. Donald Trump has a background in reality shows and businesses, but being in an elected office wasn't his forte. Speaking his mind on TV shows could have earned him better ratings, but the same doesn't apply to political battles. Being into politics means being a people's person. You must win over public opinion, and that means catering to the majority, not only to the rich business class society. Trump's presidency exposed this divide and revealed several uncomfortable truths that set off the public. Americans found it difficult to accept Trump as their president. The flaws in his personality and policies were both significant. One thing is clear from these facts: that numerous events and decisions of the man led to people hating him not only as a politician, but as a person as well. If you ask someone randomly on the streets of LA or any other city, they will openly express their resentment towards Donald Trump. I won't say everyone has the same opinion, but the majority is against him, and the majority is authority. Now, coming to the end of our journey, let's wrap it up. Trump might not be the first president to make blunders, but he surely has gained several haters. It's important to understand that a country's political situation is defined by its people. Trump's presidency helped shed light on the current division among Americans. Most importantly, his policies made Americans realize the uncountable truths they never faced before. His actions raised questions about accountability, the rule of the law, and much more. And there you have it, folks. These are the top reasons behind Trump being hated by most Americans. His presidency is by far one of the most controversial ones in history, but his failures proved to be a lesson for future generations. It had its share of flaws, and the impact will be felt for years to come. But let's not look at the negativity. It's important to reflect on lessons learned from Trump's time in office. Navigating through the political landscape, one should have an open mind and a critical eye. Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you found our little conversation interesting. If our content sparked your interest, do share it with your friends and family. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more candid videos on influential people and hot topics. We would also love to know what other topics you wish us to cover. Until next time, take care and stay happy.